Thank you very much. We are here in at the Movenpick Hotel in Cairo. Now, after nearly 3 months, the senior team is back. We have formally started our camp in preparation for the match day 5th of the AFCON 2023 qualifiers against South Sudan. The head coach is here. He just finished conducting his first training session. Coach, before we go into all the details of this camp and the players, first of all, take us through to the hotel, the training facility, and all those things, and the traveling as well.
Yeah, I'm very satisfied with the arrangements for the hotel. I mean, it's a good hotel. It's a Movenpick hotel, a quality hotel, and it's located in a quiet area in Cairo. That's not always that easy. We have a training facility in the complex of the hotel. We don't need to travel to go to the training ground. We can walk from the rooms there, so it's very good. We will stay here from today, Friday, till Monday morning. The game is not played in Cairo, but in Suez, Ismaila. Then we travel on Monday afternoon there to have our last training session the day before the game in the stadium. And yeah, at the moment we are 14 players are here. Still several players are traveling. Some players have still obligations with their club. Some players are having other obligations, and everyone is flying the coming days. And hopefully by Sunday we are complete and we can prepare the team, because it will be a tough match. But I'm very satisfied. We arrived late last night, but the group is very motivated, and yeah, the surroundings, the hotel, the food, and the training ground is okay.
So, Coach, take us through some of the key players that are present and some of the players that we are probably expecting tonight.
Yeah, the majority of the team is there, but we are still waiting for Omar Colley, for Hamza Berry, Suleiman Mari, Aliou Federa, Jasper Cisse, Ibrahima Colley. These players are still traveling for their several reasons. Omar Colley had a game on Wednesday night and couldn't fly immediately on Thursday, so they are traveling today and tomorrow. The other players are in camp, the ones who we knew would come. Everyone looks fit. The atmosphere is quite good. It's actually a group of players who know each other very well, who know what it takes to qualify a team, and you feel that spirit, the motivation, and the vibe, the passion to represent the country. I can feel it from the first second in camp. It's always nice after 2-3 months to see each other, and it's glued to a team. And yeah, first training went quite well.
So, Coach, initially when you announced on your final squad, it was 24 players. But then a day before we released the list, Ali Sof pulled out, and we had to be excluded from the list. But then before we joined training, you just informed us that Yankuba Minte also may not wouldn't be coming. Do you see this as a blow to your preparations, and also are you lining up some replacements in their place?
Yeah, first of all, we invited a pre-selection of 30 players, so not only the 23 or 24 players got an invitation, but much more than that. And it's naturally a blow. We were hoping for Ali Sowe, we were hoping for Yusuf Anjay, we were hoping for Bamba Sanyang, Ibrahima Darbu. We were hoping for all these players to be here in the camp. And that they pulled out all in the last moment. It makes it very difficult because we are sitting here with a visa issue. People with a European passport or a work permit, they can travel easier, but the others not. And then today or yesterday, we got information about Yankuba Minte. He is busy with a transfer, and Newcastle United thinks it's not opportune for him to play because of the risk of an injury, a slight injury that he has, but in theory it is not a problem. So it's quite frustrating because the players we invite, also the players who don't show up, are players we want to be in the team. It's not our choice that they are not here. So it's quite frustrating as a coach and also for the teammates, but we can't change it. We can't change it, and we are very satisfied with the players who are here and the motivated players, because we qualified for AFCON with players who were motivated, not always the choice of the public, but we had our reasons for that. We knew what is in turn in the group and what is important. Some players already denied or refused to come also in previous editions, in previous qualifications, and also for the last AFCON. And sometimes people ask why people are not selected. That are sometimes reasons that we don't select someone anymore, because he refused several times or one time not to come. So we have a group, and we can complain about the boys who are not here, but I'm very satisfied with the guys who are here, and the spirits is high and the quality is there.
So, I mean, one may be tempted to think that after a brilliant performance at the World Cup for the under 20, some of the players maybe could be hungry to come and represent their national team at senior level. Did you attempt to invite any of them, or is it because of their World Cup engagement?
Yeah, we couldn't invite them before because the World Cup is still going on. We have to make a selection of players to invite, and at the moment we make the selection, Gambia under 20 was still performing at the World Cup, so we couldn't invite them because that would be disrespectful for Ablai Bojang, that we demand players to come into camp when they are still performing. Gambia could have reached the final and then they would be there still, so we focused on others. And the only problem is that calling them up now is sometimes a little bit complex about visa issues. So we could only call up players who have a European passport or a European work permit. But even then, we notice now already that some players, under pressure from their agents, are not willing to come to the senior national team, even if it's your first call up. So it's shocking. But I am 5 years coach of Gambia. I experienced it all, and I have learned that players who don't want to come, they are not motivated. They are not honored to play for their country. So it's better to have people who are eager. Sometimes people question why this or this player is in the selection. Sometimes these are players who called up the last moment, who are on the way to go on holiday with their girlfriends and still drop their girlfriend and come to the national team. And that mentality we need. We need players who love their country more than anything else.
Well, I mean, there have been a lot of talk back home that you invited players, specifically Boubacar Sane, who is doesn't have a club, but then and there are other players who have clubs, but you still keep inviting him, and he played. He proved himself over 2 games against Mali. Of course, you'll be in a better position to answer that. But tell us, why do you invite Bouba?
Yeah, first of all, we need for every position alternatives, and we have James Gomez and we have Omar Colley. Noah Sonko Sundberg was also an option in the central defense because he played on that position in his club, but 2 weeks ago Noah cancelled. And then the group of central defenders is quite limited with international experience. Alaji Saini was still in Argentina, and don't forget Alaji Saini is half a year with Horsens but did not play yet any match. He was several times on the bench but didn't make any minutes in the first team. We have Musa Kamara, who played 1 minute in the past, who's in Iraq, but also who already refused a call-up last year. We have Modou Djadju, who played 167 minutes in 6 months for competitive football, top league football in 6 months with Slovan Bratislava, and who played 2 games for the national team. And then we have Bouba Sane, who has no club, but who played 180 minutes against Mali. In theory, that's even more than 167 minutes, and who has a lot of experience, who is a leader, who is likable in the group, who is experienced to play for important games with crowd and with pressure. So Bouba Sane has proven many times to be reliable. And for us, naturally, we hope that players are playing with their clubs, but I have no control over that. It's about what they deliver in national team, and we considered every option in that, local-based, foreign-based, and we combine the things of quality of the player, commitment to the national team, experience in national team, and then Bouba Sane was the best solution, and he never disappointed us till now.
Now, Bouba, when he played against, Bouba has, like you said, Bouba has proven himself. He never failed you. But then even in the last 2 matches against Mali, even though he had no club, but he was one of the best performers, over the 2 legs against Mali. Now he is here. James Gomez, who missed that particular camp, one of the rising stars in Gambian football, is also back in the team. Your captain, also a central defender, Omar Colley, is expected to join the camp. Now, doesn't this give you, a selection headache?
No, we know that we need always alternatives on the bench, and I think that in theory people know who is the first 2 choices of the team. Also the players know that, but it's very important to have your alternative choice on the same level as number 1 and 2, because you never know what happens in the coming days. You never know what's going to happen during a game, and everyone has to be sharp. And what is fantastic on players with the heart for Gambia? They want to play, but they're also respectful if they don't play, because they think about the global plan, they think about the team, they think about qualifying the country, and they are not egocentric, only focused on themselves. So they are giving everything for the country.
Coach, now we go into the preparation for the match itself. The group is evenly poised. I mean, all 4 of the teams can still qualify to the AFCONs. Mali leads with 9 points. We have 6 points together with Congo Brazzaville. But the last team, that is South Sudan, which we are playing, also have 3 points, but they still have a chance of qualifying. I mean, tell us the opponents. How do you analyze this particular game?
Yeah, I think Mali is naturally still the favorite, but also Mali can still be not qualified. They need still 1 point to be qualified. We hope that they take that 1 point against Congo. If Mali would take a point against Congo or even a win, we have enough on, if they take a point, we have enough on a victory against South Sudan and then to have a draw at home against Congo. But there are a lot of options. It's so that it can even happen that all 4 teams end with 9 points. If we would lose against South Sudan and win against Congo the last game, Congo would beat Mali and South Sudan would beat Mali in the last game, then everyone has 9 points, so everything is possible. And let me first say that South Sudan, I think a lot of Gambians sometimes disrespect South Sudan, but they are a very good team, and we won 1-0 against them. It was a little bit thought that it was not a good performance from us, but later was shown that Mali is really, that we had maybe the best and the easiest victory against them, because against South Sudan, against Mali, that was still the 86th minute. South Sudan was leading the game, and only then Mali equalized, and in the 92 and 96th minute Mali could score the winning goal in extra time. In Congo, South Sudan could take the victory in the last minute, a 0-1 victory, and at home for South Sudan, Congo could win only in the 90th minute. So it means that before the 86th minute, both Mali and Congo couldn't score against South Sudan. They are a well-organized team. They have a lot of quality players. They are physically strong. They are tall. They have good skills. They can knock the ball around. And they have no pressure because no one expects anything from them. Plus, they are used to the circumstances. We are here in a quite hot situation. We trained today. We noticed that a lot of players are suffering of that. It's good that we have these 5-6 days training to prepare ourselves, but South Sudan is used to live in these circumstances, in the quite desert heat, and they are already since the 1st of June in camp. We will play them at 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Wednesday in Ismaila, what's 6 degrees more warm than Cairo, so it will be a hot game. But we have to play smart. We can qualify with a win, we can qualify with a draw, and we have to take something. We have everything in our own hands, and we don't have to get in panic. We don't have to put ourselves more pressure on it. I know every player, every staff member want to win every game. That's our honor, that's our statistic, that's what we are for. But we for sure don't have to lose this game and try to be in pole position for a qualification spot before the last match.
Coach, finally, I will take you back to the players. We've seen that you've given quite a lot of players, Gambian footballers, their debut for the national team since you took over 5 years ago. We have seen the inclusion of 2 new players for the first time in the national team, in Seydou Khan and Jacob Mendy. I mean, what quality have you seen in these players to warrant them being invited?
Yeah, first of all, 36 players came on the pitch for the first time under my guidance, and there are some big names. Think about the Musa Barrows, think about Ibrahim Macaulay and others. So now we have again 2 good players who have a lot of game practice in England, in United Kingdom. Seydou Khan is a midfield player who played for Swindon, same league as Ibu Touré, who played for Salford. He played almost every game for his club, and we got very good reports of him. Our scout, Paadama, went several times to check them. I checked some video footage of them, and they make a very good impression. Jacob Mendy is playing for Wrexham. They promote to the same league, League 2. Very traditional club, one of the oldest clubs in England, playing always for a big crowd. He is a left winger, left wing back, with a lot of potential. And these are 2 players who played a lot of games, who are match fit, who have a lot of stamina, and who have proven both physically, technically, but also their mentality to be fighters, and who are very eager to play for the country. And the first impression is good, and let's hope these guys can develop just like Ibu Adams did in the past and Ibu Touré to regulars in our team, and it's their chance to take it.
I just said finally, but then that name popped up. Ibu Adams coming back for the first time after the AFCONs. How much a boost is his inclusion? His return to full recovery to our chances.
Yeah, I know that Ibo Adams is not the type of player the general Gambian public likes. I remember the times he got booed when he was in Ipswich. On the other side, he was also celebrated when he played a very good AFCON and when he made a transfer to Cardiff in the Championship. It shows his quality. He's a different style of player than what many of our Gambians have in qualities. And it's important. I always say you have Pirlo's in the team, but you need also a Gattuso. You need that Makalele. You need that ball recovery. And Ibo Adams has that quality. He is quite fit. He did a lot of training sessions with his club. He played with the second team of Cardiff. So he has some games played. And actually he's not top fit as before, but his unique character of quality, knowing also that we miss Alassane Mane with 2 yellow cards, makes it very useful that he is there, and we will see if he plays, but the chance is naturally big.
Coach, it's always a pleasure talking to you.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.